Welcome back to Legends of the Tabletop. Today we are playing Five Questions. I am here with my co host Sarah, and we are here with Gary, who is a fantastic artist and savant of so many different things. But we're going to play Five Questions where we ask a round robin of questions to our panel, and we are going to see how well we answer. So I'm going to say I have or I have not to a question to you. Gary, you get to go first. Sarah will go second. I go last. And they're D&D based questions, so we'll see how it goes. Everybody
I'm
ready?
nervous. I'm nervous.
be be very nervous. All right.
Stressed.
Gary, I have played a romantic arc in Dungeons and Dragons.
I have not. Do I need to elaborate on that?
You
I
can
have
if you'd like.
um I have not. My experience is far too limited. Um but I did love the character that I played. Does that count?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well there you
You
go.
could be in love
Not
with yourself.
romantically. Yeah, you got to
What
be.
is it? Isn't that like Loki in the Loki show? Like he falls in love with the girl version of himself?
Yes. Yeah, 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 from another universe. Yeah, it was exactly like that. Exactly like Loki.
Me?
So, yeah.
I have not.
You've never
People may
fallen in love with or had a romantic arc.
know my
Mm,
characters. I mean, there are rumors that Philomena Merriweather lacks Tidbit, but they're just friends. They've bonded over cheese and meats, charcuterie. That's it. That's
That
where they're just friends.
that's a solid base for, like, a long-lasting friendship, I think.
I think so too. Cheese and meat, absolutely, 100%.
Where one is just like, "Meat and cheese," and they're like, "Meat and cheese," and you're like, "Oh, man, BFF."
That's pretty much how that episode went.
Yeah, yeah. If they
Two
had a
little
kid, their firstborn would be named Charcuterie.
Or yeah, and Brie, right? Wasn't it Brie and Me was the shop that Tidbit owned?
yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
That's
yeah.
close.
So close, so close. Jonathan, what about
um,
you?
have I had I think I always have a romantic arc in any D&D um campaign we play, and it's usually like not overly obvious. I think my bard was overly obvious because he was in love with every single NPC we encountered
It's like
or
Bard.
other player on the table, just like, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?" Um,
He was
and
Joey?
Yes.
Huh,
How
okay.
you doing?
how
How
you
you
doing?
doing?
And then, like, I think more subtly, I've had characters that I feel like if the opportunity was there, that my character could fall in love with someone on the table. But we haven't always like played that angle. And as everybody knows, no DM wants to be flirted to by their players on their table because it's just super awkward. So I kind of try not to do it as much anymore.
You can't help the heart wants what the heart wants, though, so, you know.
Sure.
Question two. I have kept a physical journal or diary of my character. Gary.
I have not, but the caveat being, as a character designer, I often do have to do background research and development where I will ask myself questions about who this character could be, and then I answer them, and that sort of information helps to facilitate the design. So in that respect, yes,
Yeah,
but in context of Dungeons and Dragons, no.
cool.
I definitely have a journal. I have a journal that I use when we're playing each of our sessions to make notes for the individuals that Philomena has interacted with, animals she's seen. I take some pretty intense notes, but mostly in the place of Philomena and what experiences she's had.
I'm gonna say I'm more like Gary on this than I am like Sarah. My characters, they don't have journals because when I do in-game like note taking, I write like one letter. I write like one word down that I don't remember later on. I'm like, I don't know why we wrote alligator.
Oh,
But as far as my character and me tracking my character, I take a lot of care to create my character, to create
Mhm.
their backstory, to
mm,
create, connections I need to be able to translate on the table what my character wants to do. That's not what Jonathan would do. So I have a lot of, notes for sayings. I do that a lot. I'll like have like a saying jotted down so that I can look at it and think, oh yeah, I'm not going to say something as Jonathan, I'm gonna say it as this character. So I,
Like,
I do
ew,
that.
David.
Yeah, you David.
Ew. Ew,
Oh
David.
my god. Like stuff like that. Yeah.
that's some ballet.
That way.
All right, next question. I have created a playlist or theme song for my character.
Okay. Again, not for D&D, but there is certain music that I will listen to depending on what character I'm or project I'm working on, whether it's some random lo-fi or whether it's like some folksy type music. Depending on the type of art that I'm creating, I will listen to specific genres of music to help like set the mood. So
Yeah.
I'm trying
No,
my
yeah,
best to
no,
find
that's perfect.
workarounds for not
Perfect.
having played very much.
Let's see, for myself, I don't think I have a theme song or music for Philomena. I kind of feel like maybe I should start to put something together. I do in whatever platform I use for listening to music, I do have various libraries, catalogs of different types of music for very specific things. I think I need to start one for Philomena.
I feel like it's just ABBA. It should just be ABBA.
Dancing Queen.
Dancing
For
Queen.
this
Oh,
little
Yeah, yeah,
this little
yeah.
like halfling druid that has a southern accent who only exclusively listens to ABBA.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
perfect.
But they don't call it ABBA. They call it ABBA.
ABBA. Gonna listen
Mhm.
to some ABBA.
I think we've talked about this before, Sarah. I have, in post production, created theme songs for all of the
I
characters
know.
on the
I
table.
actually have one and I don't ever mention it. Philomena
But
has
it,
one that
it's
John
it's completely fine.
gave to
It's
me.
not you, like
Yeah.
you didn't create the theme song. I've created the theme song for like key moments when you're doing the thing or having like a really impactful interaction. I have theme music that plays for each of their main characters. But for me personally, I think because I'm so focused on the character build, my theme music would probably always be like some Wu-Tang Clan song, like Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to F with, or like, like if you got beef, then bring the ruckus because Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing. And it's like it has nothing to do with D&D, and it probably doesn't fit at all. But like internally in my mind, that's what my fight music is. So I
Like
don't
you're
think it's a
going into
theme
battle
song; it's a
and Method
fight.
Man
It's
just
fight
starts
music.
spitting some hot rhymes.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
a
mine
little
mine will
DMX.
be mine will be Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
on
That's a
repeat.
vibe.
It really is.
Yeah.
I like this one. This is a fun question. I have changed character voice mid campaign or mid session.
uh I probably tried like several different voices for the one shot that I did. So yes, I have. And I over the course of so let's say let me for Rune for my book, he started out as like an older looking character before I realized who he was supposed to be before the story was really developed. And then he got younger and younger and younger. So in my mind, his voice obviously kept skewing younger and younger and younger. And then now he's at a point where he's like I think he's 14 or 15 years old in my head. And my voice does not really make a 14 or 15-year-old sound. So But I know that his voice has changed over the course of creating the story.
I definitely have changed my voice, and Jonathan knows probably what I'm going to say, but we have, aside from a main campaign, we also have the Novamir anthologies, and the character I created for Novamir, her name is Genevieve Quinrell, and she is a high elf rogue. She's an assassin. I loosely based a little bits of her character off of Benedict Cumberbatch from Sherlock. And I
Cool.
had done a British accent for her character for many episodes. More recently, we had two new people join our table, one of which, Stephen, is actually from England, and his wife is from Ireland. So when they played with us in Novamir, for the first couple times they played with us, I did not do my accent. I was so intimidated to do a British accent in front of someone who was actually from England because I knew it was going to just be horrible and be absolutely atrocious.
Yeah.
And John was like, Sarah, it's not the character is not who she's supposed to be without that accent. Like it's just not the same. You have to do it. So the next session, they came in and I said, Stephen, listen, full transparency. I'm going to do a British accent. It might be horrific. Just bear with me. Tell me if it's terrible. And he was like, okay. And I did it through the whole session. I was so stressed. And in the end, he said, no, he was like, that was pretty good. And then he told me what his American accent was. And it was kind of like a Southern John Wayne. And he said, that's basically what everyone in England does for American accents.
I want to hear it.
A British accent. It was Genevieve. She was a rogue. She has long hair. She wore a white shirt with like ruffles, a long cloak, rugged boots.
It's great.
Um, he said it was good, and I was so stressed. So I definitely
It's it's
changed.
it's really stressful. I recently had my Scottish accent approved by my friend in Scotland. So he's like, that you sound Scottish. Um,
That's
so
amazing.
I it's always a thrill when when you get like the stamp of approval.
Yeah, I was so stressed, but John was like, "You have to do it," and I was
Have
like,
to
"All
do it. You
right,
had to
okay,
do it. Yeah.
okay."
We needed it.
I did it
The
like a
character
band-aid.
hits differently with the accent put
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
True, true.
Um, I think out of sheer laziness, I drop accents or forget where I am. I think DMing is the hardest for me. If I'm just playing one character, I can kind of, think about that one character. But when I'm switching 3 or 4 or 5 times a night into different people, I know that like I have started off one way and started off really strong in that thought process of this is how this person speaks. And then I switch to someone else and then I hop back into the original person. And when I hop back into them, and kind of just talk like myself for like a couple minutes. And then I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to do something completely different for that.
How how does Matt Mercer do it?
I don't
My
know.
God, I have
I
no idea.
no clue.
That
Yeah.
dude is on another level,
Yeah, yeah.
and every single one is just perfection.
Yeah. Yep.
What a jerk.
It's-
What?
How dare he excel? Ugh.
He's the worst.
Ugh. Ugh. Only heard good things about him. Ugh.
I know. I hate when you hear really good things about people.
Right? Matt Mercer, when you're watching this, we love you.
We
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Call us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call
We want to sit in campaign 4 of Critical Role's craziness that they're putting together for season 4. So please,
it.
we love you. You're greatest. You're
I
awesome.
mean, obviously, we can do accents. So, I mean,
Clearly.
clearly.
Clearly. Like New York and Hudson Valley.
Ballet. So we have like maybe
Yeah,
three accents.
that's right.
Yeah.
If you need Hudson Valley, we've got you, brah.
Or
I
your
said.
valley with Carl, with the
Oh, Carl, Carl.
listening,
Yeah, yeah,
this
baby Carl.
baby
Yeah,
Carl. Yeah.
put me in my booster seat. Baby Carl. Woof.
Next question. I have fudged a roll when no one is looking.
No, I haven't. It, it was a small group. There was only four of us playing. It would have been pretty difficult to do. So no, I'm very honest in my roles. Except what little I've played Baldur's Gate, those always piss me off.
Mm.
Um, those digital roles.
Yeah, it's just
Um,
terrible.
Tons of. But no, I have not. I've never fudged a roll.
Neither have I. I might not know how to calculate my rolls and my modifiers and all of the pluses that I'm adding in,
But I can count to 20.
but I can count. I know when I get a natural 20, but I'm not so good with the maths.
Yeah, not like me.
Yeah,
No, oh
you're
yeah.
professional,
Gary, everyone is professional
a mathematician.
mathematician.
Hmm.
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 This is a hard
Yeah.
question
Do
to
you really want to
answer.
answer this, Jonathan? Because you DM for us a lot. You sure you want to? You sure want to put this on
So I will
record?
say this: as a dungeon master,
Hmm.
I may or may have not at certain times in play fudge something to assist the table. I
Sure.
don't fudge things to hurt the table.
Hmm.
But if
It's a slippery slope.
there is no, because there are points in which you are playing this game and you know that, like, hey, if this thing actually goes through, I have to deal with the repercussions of like my player being like, mentally distraught. And I've probably killed people, but taken it back and never told you that, like, oh, I'm like, oh, I missed. And like I rolled a nat 20. And I'm like, I missed because just in the moment, thematically, Dungeons and Dragons, obviously that's like the mechanical part, but there's like a lot of, you know, thematic portions of the game that are like, I want it to feel important. And if I kill you fighting, a dog that's like a stray dog in the alleyway, that's stupid. Your character should never die that way. So I have, said, hey, I missed a couple of times and I've hit you. But I don't do it the opposite way. If if I want to hit you and I miss, I've missed and I just deal with it. Those are called bad rolls.
All right. I'll
Basically,
allow it.
basically like the Brian Adams song, "Everything I do,
Yeah,
I do it for
Do for
you."
you.
you absolutely.
Yes, that is Jonathan's theme song as the dungeon master.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was 5 questions. Thank you so much, Gary. That worked amazingly.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you helped us out there a lot. Can you, Gary, tell us
Did us a
everywhere
real
that we can
solid, Gary.
find you? Tell us all your socials.
I am on primarily on Instagram. You can find me at Gary Laib Art. That's just first name, last name, and the word art all smushed together, all lowercase. Um, I don't have a formerly known as Twitter account, but that's the main one is Instagram, and
Cool.
I'm fairly active on there, or I try to be. And then if you have any questions, if you are a creative or an artist and you have any questions about the art industry as a whole, I'm an open book. So if you're nervous about reaching out to people who have been in it for a while, don't be, because that's what I'm here for.
Thank you so much. And for you guys at home, don't forget to add in the comments your answers to our 5 questions because we absolutely want to know uh, your your answers and how you felt about
Sound off on
those.
the comments.
Yep, sound off in the comments. Also, don't forget to head over to eldridge-foundry.com to create your very own full color mini because full color minis help you roll better. I don't know how, but they do. Use our cheat code cheesebags15 to save on your next order at eldridge-foundry.com. And as always, stay legendary.
Stay fresh 2 cheese bags.
Respect.